Well, how you doing that?
Yeah,
So how are you doing this afternoon?
right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the TSC Talks virtual holiday market. I'm here with Chris Chambers yakking it up. Didn't even realize that we went live. So, anybody out there watching? We're just going to keep moving forward here. Yes, you just watched my daughter come on and talk about her artwork. And now we have this is Chris Chambers, and he's been on the podcast before. He is a Purple Heart Vietnam vet, and he's going to talk a little bit about his organization called Vet Meds Matter and how he got around to founding that and talk about some of his experiences. We were just talking about the donating to Vet Meds Matter that got kind of screwed up. So we will post a link for that when it's fixed. But right now, let's hear Chris.
Well, the way
Welcome,
I
Chris.
actually got the way I actually got started was I was in the VA hospital, and because they gave me way too many medications, they had to remove 2 feet 7 inches of my lower intestines. Well, they wanted to give me more meds on top of the 19 meds already I was taking per day, or 64 pills every day. So when they released me, they sent to a hospice care. Well, this hospice care was a homeless shelter because my wife and I had already separated. I had spent almost 2.5 years in a hospital, and she found a boyfriend. Okay. Um,
That
so,
had to be tough.
yeah, and it was. So I'm in a homeless shelter. Well, I was on the veteran side of it, and I could see what was happening. Uh, so I decided I would volunteer for the Catholic Charities, or Loaves and Fishes, which is nationwide, and start helping the community itself of San Jose, California, with the homeless veterans and get them to start going to the Goodwill. The Goodwill had a great big place, and I started volunteering to do all the serving. And I mean, I just helped along with Loaves and Fishes. And weekends, we'd give them bag lunches and stuff like that. Then I get cold out, and I start giving out mainly socks. The socks, your
Socks.
feet are very important. So I would make sure they had socks and a jacket. And then many times I went down to REI, and they would give me 25 to 50 sleeping bags, and they would donate them out to the Salvation Army. So I was working with Salvation Army and Goodwill at the same time as a volunteer.
Wow.
Well, and then because of all the medications, I wound up in a hospital because I cold turkeyed all 19 at one time.
That's crazy.
They wanted to give me more, but I said, no, just give me glucose. They gave me the glucose, and I started on a cannabis. Been a cannabis smoker for quite a while, but I was told that, have you ever tried RSO or FICO? And I said, no. So I started it, and I said, wow, this stuff is really working. I right now take potassium and calcium pills, and they want me to take a 81 milligram of aspirin, baby aspirin. Okay. And that's my medications to this day, except for cannabis.
That's amazing.
And, and that started, well, and the reason that's how Vet Meds Matter got started. I'm a veteran. I was on way too many meds, but I decided I mattered. And
Yeah.
I started going out to encampments, bag lunches, bringing in and I went through some crazy adventures going to homeless encampments, looking for veterans and getting them saying, what do you need? Do
Wow.
you need compensation? Do you want to get your benefits? Because so many are lagged in that, and they have no knowledge of how the VA works for veterans. But if you go to their hospitals, you become the experimental guinea pig, and they want to keep you at
Right.
home. So that's why I decided I want to be active. I know I am a very active person, but staying in your bed basically for 2.5 years is no fun. In diapers, okay, I was wearing Depends. I couldn't control myself. It was terrible.
Right. So you come home. So I mean, this was a
And,
progression too. I mean, your health.
and I've broken my neck 3 times, and I've got a left knee replacement. My right shoulder, they got hit real hard because of another veterans group, and it shoved the shoulder bone underneath my clavicle. They want to operate on that, and I go, "Why? It doesn't bother me. I just got a lump. I got a knot where the bones go together, but it doesn't bother me, you know." So operate, because I've gone through 21 surgeries in my life.
That's enough.
Surgeries. It's been heck. Okay, so we decided to come up with this mission gone fishing. And mission gone fishing is because I really don't like seeing the suicide rate going up and up and up. And just the other day, 27. Sorry, it upsets me, but 27 vets committed suicide. It's the holidays. This is COVID-19 out there.
Yeah.
And they don't know what to do because 6 feet apart at a soup kitchen. So they're closing down soup kitchens.
Oh my goodness.
They're pulling people in pickup trucks are feeding them on the parks, but they're not going into encampments or where they can go to someplace to eat, someplace to get sleeping bags, clothing. Because of this coronavirus. Businesses are shutting down. Businesses don't want to donate. I used to have grocery outlets. Sorry, I got tears. Grocery outlet can't donate no more because somebody must have touched the products beforehand, which I can understand. They say cover your face and mask, but what about your hands when you touch an item if somebody does have that coronavirus? So
it's just another layer of difficulty for these people.
Yeah, and so they feel lost, and it's the holidays. Well, they have no place to go, and it does hurt when I talk to one of them. He's laying out in the middle of the street this morning. I mean, this was maybe 25 minutes ago, and he's got his shirt open and everything. And I go, "Are you on crystal meth?" And he goes, "No, I just want to die."
Oh, wow, that's so heavy.
And he's a vet, and I've known him for maybe 7 years, and I'm like, oh man. And that's why I'm in an upsetting mood today because of what happened previously.
Yep. It's okay. It's totally okay. It's real.
So that's what we're here for. I'm a humanitarian. I'm also one of the founders inventors of what they call Lifeline, Life Alert, Life Med Alert systems that go into everybody's hospitals. Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Okay, I've saved millions and millions of lives. After I got out of that, it got passed in Congress. I had to go through the House of Representatives, then it had to go to the Senate. And my senator, who happened to step outside to go get us 2 cups of coffee, they called our bill up. I'm one of 15 that have ever had to sit on the Senate floor. And it got passed.
That's amazing.
It was a 97-4 nays. It was a super pass.
And that was the lifeline that today is the lifeline. So that was the beginning of it.
And I had Senator Robert Rowland, who was my senator. See, when you author a bill, you can't really be the author. So it has to go to the senator and take the credit.
Right.
Well, that was fine with me. I'll be the co-author. Yep. I wrote the bill up, and he saw, yeah, it was saved the state multi-millions of dollars if you can leave an isolated senior at home. And if an emergency did occur, then everybody is called out. Your family is called. There's no emergency doctors coming in because it's your primary care doctor coming in. So it was going to eliminate millions and billions of dollars and saving millions of lives.
Yeah.
And it went statewide. So on a state income tax, it says donate to the Council on Aging PERS, PERS systems. That's personal emergency response systems.
Wow.
Well, once that got all passed, I was all happy, and I got into the water industry because the state of California here changed its water quality because this is Silicon Valley and there's all these toxins going into our waterways. And I said, this should be shut down like this. I mean, this can't be possible. And they said, well, it's 500 parts per million. And yeah, but you're reading 1,700. So they took four Stanford athletes, started testing them on 1,700 parts per million of this water. And they said, well, then look, they can make it. So we'll make our new standard 1,500. So they changed it from 500 to 1,500. But they didn't think about babies. They didn't think about men, regular people. They're only thinking of super athletes.
So the super athletes
supers.
could handle it. Is that?
And then so I started up the water industry. I was one of the first companies that started bottled water other than Perrier. I had Perrier shut down because they said it was natural spring water. Yeah, it was natural water, but they had a spring, you know, that goes on a door or whatever,
Yeah.
like stainless steel spring through a rubber hose, and that qualified them saying spring water.
Oh my goodness.
So they got shut down. They had to actually go out and get artesian real water. But I started the water store industry. Okay. The ones where you walk up and get a 5-gallon bottle of water. That went nationwide. You know, I'm
so
a
you've done these projects, and
I don't make any money off of either of them.
Tell me more about the beds, how you got, because we were talking about
because
of the hospitalization.
Here's what happens with the veterans. They go in under their healthcare system. Well, okay, so they see that this person maybe have been combat. Okay, now I hold a Purple Heart, so I am combat. Well, let's subdue him because the law enforcement agencies will be so afraid of him. So we got to subdue them, keep them on the couch. Anybody that was out in the field, anybody that saw any danger, they're going to subdue you, and you're going to become the experiment.
Yeah. Yeah, and you've talked about this before, and it's just blows me away.
Post, statewide, you're not going to have PTSD. You're not going to go through all the atrocities, and you know, and they don't get guinea pig.
Right.
They're really taken care of. We're called first priority, first standard, you know, and yet because we're combat, we got to give them medication. Oh, wait, let's go to mental health. You know, like I said, I've got 21 medical surgeries done on my body. I get 0% from the U.S. Army.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's
or the government. But I get 100% because I do have what they call extreme PTSD. I have a emotional disorder.
Well,
that's what they classify emotional disorder. And that's why I push out there, because I do have a lot of, I am a humanitarian. I was raised a Quaker.
Right. And so they wouldn't give you a the disability through the physical, because the mental health.
Oh, I got a Purple Heart. I got hit by a grenade. Come on.
Right. No, I know. I'm just surprised that they didn't.
I've got a left knee replacement. I mean, my knuckle here. Where is it? I can't find it. Oh, there we are. Right there. It knocked it all that. You know, it hit the fragment hit my knuckle.
Oh my
and
goodness.
broke the bone like crazy, you know, but my leg was really ripped up. But I survived it, and you know, I should have just left the military. They offered that, but I didn't, and I ended up passing another physical training test, physical therapy.
So yeah, at what point did you
physical training, and I went to another unit in Vietnam. And that's when I served with the 23rd 198th Light Infantry Brigade. And I'm my military occupation, which is called MOS, is 11 Charlie, which is an indirect field fire crewman or a mortarman. So we always fired ahead so the infantry could move on. Fire ahead, let the infantry move
Wow.
on. And then we'd be the ones, we have to go ahead, but we see what they left behind, all the death.
Oh my goodness.
So, so it does, when you see women and children and innocent people just all splattered, it's not a good sight to see.
No.
So, people go, AA. I mean, I still got this one AA group. It's on 12 years now that is still running right behind City Hall. I had to fight City Hall to get it in the First Presbyterian Church. No, they didn't, because they said the only ones that come there are drug addicts, alcoholics. Well, yeah, wait, this is AA. We're trying to correct that.
Yep.
Yeah, well, it's going to bring them towards City Hall. But I got it put in there. Yeah,
They
okay.
didn't want that,
They didn't want
type
them around there.
Yeah.
Right. They didn't want that type around the City Hall. But I got it in there.
They did.
Like I said, it's still going on. It's called Came to Believe. And it runs Monday through Thursday. They didn't want it on Fridays. Okay.
And how long have you been sober?
I got 2002.
Wow. That's awesome, Chris.
Yeah, but I take a drink every once in a while because I get stressed out now. I mean, only in the last 3 months, I gotten really stressed out.
I hear you.
Yeah, this coronavirus, you can't go nowhere. If I can't travel anywhere. If I go over 150 miles, I must isolate myself for 2 weeks. Drive another 150 miles, isolate yourself for 2 weeks.
Right.
It would take me 3 days to get 3 months to get to San Diego.
I know we're laughing about it, but it's really, it's just really draconian.
Get stopped. Yeah, they got these checkpoints out on our freeways here in California. And you don't know when these, where these checkpoints are at. So when they say, let's see your ID, you show them your ID. Oh, you're from San Jose. Do you know you're in Buttonwillow, 380 miles away? There's a Motel 6 right up the road. We'll follow you into it.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That's really.
You got to isolate yourself for 2 weeks. Then you can continue on for an additional. But when you come back, it's going to take you 2, 4, 6 weeks just to go.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I left my home and then I went there. Yeah.
And it's a 9-hour drive.
Oh my goodness.
And our curfew is 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Well, usually most people are sleeping at that hour.
Right.
But the one thing that stays open are liquor stores that have markets in them.
Yes, like Walmart or our big grocery stores do out this way. It's just crazy, Chris. So,
on the back of my military ID, okay, it says, and this does actually work. I was past curfew and I got stopped by San Jose PD. And they go, where are you coming from? And I go, the market. Where are you going? I'm going home. And he goes, may I have some ID? I go, well, what crime did I just do? And he goes, none. And I go, so why do you want to see my ID? And he goes, I want to make sure you're telling me the truth, that you live where you say you live. So I pull out my military ID. He goes, it doesn't give me your address. It just has your name.
Mm-hmm.
There's no social security number on it. It has your date of birth. What's your address? And I go, well, if the government wanted you to know, they would let you know. Now turn it over on the back. He turns it over and I go, what's it say under civilian? No. You need to call a U.S. Marshal or a shore patrol or the military police if you want to do anything. I am not a civilian of the United States. I am U.S. government property.
That probably got you.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
He goes, have a good night.
So that's a good military benefit right there.
Hands me back my ID. Have a good night.
Don't want to touch that one. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't want to get because it's a legitimate card. It
Yep.
says United States, and it says official right on it. And it's got the holograms on it. He's like, so he knows it's for real. But I do have a California driver's license and everything else that has all that information that he
You just,
wanted. But I'll just hand him this one and play the
yep.
game
Why not?
because see, yeah, and that's how it should go. It really should, But why? And the reason why I get that is because I am 100% disabled,
Mhm.
and on the card will say mental health if he knew how to scan it.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, they already have a number in there, and they don't know how to get that to that member number. What's the member's number? Well, that's the government number that I'm established, and then it says MH at the end of it.
Huh.
Mental health.
MH, yeah. So if they knew how to look, I wonder if that would change anything, like in the way that you were treated, but that's wild.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Just
yeah.
because it would
My
make them
my
nervous.
my my ex-wife and I were just walking down the street one day, and two cop cars pulled up. Both of them, one of them had his hand on his gun and unstrapped, and said, "Okay, you two, get on the ground,
Wow.
on your bellies, and start crawling backwards to the sound of our voices." We went, huh? Now we had just gotten out of our car. All right. And we're
Mhm.
just walking down the street because we didn't have any parking area except two doors down on the city street. Okay. In the residential area. We're like, what the hell's going on here? They said that our car was stolen.
Oh no.
And we're saying, we are home.
Yep.
Then they said, please get up. So we got up and they go, now show us your arms.
Oh,
We go,
so
excuse me?
they're looking for
Show us
drugs.
your arms. Show us your arms. Like we were intravenous users.
Right. Yeah.
And they seen nothing. They said, so may this officer walk to your house with you. Well, at that time, me and my wife, we complied. I mean, yeah, we just parked the car two doors down. I mean, come on. And we walked and we unlocked the door and we went in and they drove off.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
That's how intimidating they are out here.
Wow, that's really intense, Chris.
Yeah, and gangbangers. They really are. A lot of the police officers were bullied in schools. A lot of them that were in the military, okay, respect military.
Okay.
Okay. They're the ones that say, how you doing tonight, sir? With politeness and courtesy.
Some respect.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're always saying may. Okay. So when they're being courteous, but when they walk up and say, let me see your driver's license, registration, and insurance. Well, what did I do? I didn't ask you that. But I'm asking you, what did I just do? You have not a clue. What did I do?
Oh
And they're
my
so
gosh.
demanding because they become intimidating. You remember, I'm an ex-state and federal court officer of 15 years. I know how I worked for the San Jose Police, but worked with, not for, okay, with. I was a private organization known as Santa Clara County Legal Systems, which was a private contracting company that went straight to the county DA's office and the police department, and I did all their overload.
Wow.
And it was a weekend hobby for me because of the high adrenaline it would give me, knowing that I'm going to go into a situation that can be very dangerous.
And that is, you liked that?
Yeah, because it was an adrenaline rush. And I was still running my companies. But my weekend hobby was, I'll get these paperwork out. And I had an 89% rating. I had Alameda County, San Mateo County, San Francisco County, and Santa Clara County. All their DAs wanted me.
Wow.
I was I was really good at my job. I really
Yeah.
was.
Well, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, but you had the right background for it. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't afraid of them. And the
Yeah,
only reason
Chris, tell me a little bit about your, using cannabis, because that might be something that could be helpful to
that's why I quit all those 1,054 pills a month. That was my diet
1054.
a month, or
All for
64 pills
different
every day.
ailments and diagnoses and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. And, I'm really 100% pain free. You know, just the other day, I went to get up and I couldn't figure out what happened to my ankle. I don't remember hitting it or anything,
Hmm.
and I showed my roommate and I go, look, what happened? He goes, wow, it's swollen. And I put on my Robinson's cream and I just smeared it. And then I rubbed some on the bottom of my feet and I went to sleep. And I was trying to be cautious when I got up in the morning because I couldn't get up that day. I was limping around. I mean, it
Yeah.
was bad. It hurt bad. It was like I sprained my ankle really, really bad. And it was swollen. I was trying to be cautious to get up, and all of a sudden, wait, it was 100% gone.
That's amazing. And you just
It's
rub the
like,
cream
it's
on it.
like, yeah, it's like, am I hallucinating? I mean,
Yep. So it helps you with pain, and then does it help you? It helps you with PTSD too, and being able to sleep.
yes, I don't go off. I
No
used to
problem.
go off when I was on the medications. That's why they put you on so many medications because they want to extend. And then they tell you need to do 2-year group therapy. Okay, this
Yep.
is by your primary. So you're doing the group therapy meetings, but you never ever forget what you are there for. You're there for your extreme PTSD. Why do I need to relive it
Right.
every day, every group class? And all the students that are in there are students from Stanford who are giving the psychology classes. There's no primary doctor basically in there for,
Yep.
psychologist in
Yep.
there. It's just the students. And when they say empathy, oh, I used to go off. I said, I'll train this class. You cannot have empathy over a combat veteran. You have not my eyes, you don't have my ears, and you don't have my feelings inside. So how can you tell me you have empathy? You didn't see what I saw. You didn't feel what I felt. So you can't have any empathy. I
Right.
straightened them out the first day. I mean, I had to do it. I did it for 2 years.
Oh
So,
my goodness.
and they had to go into 3 different classes every week. And like,
So it's
wow.
like the cure becomes worse than the issue.
Yeah. And they want to,
Therapy.
and then she'll write whatever she felt like, and it turns around. And what it is, she reports that's a psychologist, and the psychologist says, well, I think maybe you need some trazodone. I mean, they had me on gabapentin, lithium, okay, and hydrochloroform, hydrochloramine,
Oh,
something like that. Yeah. I mean,
wow.
the classroom,
Right. Yeah. I mean, you just must have
well,
felt
that's how they
half
want you.
half awake
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I told them, when they gave me the trazodone, I told them right away after 2 days of it, they gave me 300 milligram trazodone. And I don't remember going to breakfast, lunch, or nothing. I was a ghost.
Wow.
They go, no, you weren't. And I go, did I eat? They go, no, you
Huh.
just sat there. And I go, no wonder I'm hungry. And then I finally said, no, I told the doctor, I'm not taking this.
Yeah.
Then when they put me on lithium, they had actually literally overdosed me. I was at a 2.8. 3.0 is death.
Holy crap.
The VA decided to tell the nurse to increase the lithium. And I'm like, wait a minute, they're trying to kill me. And she came out and Janet Woodwill, yeah, close to your name, Woodwill. She says, you know what? I know what they're trying to do. I'll write down that you did take these, but you're not going to take them no more.
So
She saved my
she
life.
caught on. Yeah, that's
Yeah, she actually.
wow.
That's another rim of PTSD emotion here.
Oh, oh man.
But
So
me, because
that's
she saved my ass. She really did. On that, and
yep.
that was way too much, is what they were giving me.
Right. So
And
they weren't really treating you. They were treating some idea of what they thought they should do based on,
yeah, yeah,
their programming that they have, which isn't really what you needed.
no, no. When you start just all of a sudden not knowing what you're doing, and you poop all over yourself and urinate all over yourself, and you're on the ground going, "Why can't I get up? Why can't I get up?"
And
And
so
then
then
I'm
cannabis
rushed to
came
a
in.
hospital. It's an overdose of lithium.
Oh, unbelievable. So now you just are on a regimen of cannabis, and I know you do
Yeah,
different
yeah, I got
forms.
cannabis everywhere.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it
even
works.
even the newer stuff that Mike's got. I like that stuff.
That is awesome. Yeah, and
Yeah, it really is. I just take one hit, and it relaxes you like you wouldn't believe. And and it's not a THC base either. It's a high cannabinol that works in the immune system to
right.
allow every electrical button to work.
That's a good way to put it. So yeah, just to explain, it's not THC, it's another cannabinoid that that
Yes.
will doesn't give you the psychoactive as as much as THC.
I don't know. I don't know about
Oh,
that.
okay.
I left one of my hats that's got an American Eagle on it, right?
Yep.
I set it up. Well, somehow or another, it fell on the floor. I wake up and I go, who brought in a chicken in the house? Get the chicken out of the house. What?
Oh, that's too funny.
And I look, and it's my dang hat. And my power supply thing for my cell phone has a blue light on it, so it was illuminating the eagle, and I thought a chicken was in the house.
Oh, that's
So,
precious.
but it makes you sleep very well. It really does.
Oh,
It's
that's
a
a
great
good.
sleeper and pain reliever. If you got an ache or a pain, you're not going to feel it when you're going to sleep. You're really not, and you're going to wake up and go, "Wow,
That's a
I
chicken.
slept really good. I got." And when I take it, I'm always out for 2.5 hours, maybe 3.
And that's good for
Very
you.
comfortable. Yes, and you come back out and you're all relieved and say, "Well, shoot, I don't need any more right now, but when I'm ready to take a nap, I feel."
Right.
So,
Right.
so it does help. But then I smoke, my bong,
Hmm.
and
So you
when you
use all
smoke
different forms. You use topical, you use oral, you use, you inhale
drops, yes, yes,
drops.
I have capsules. Every morning I use the 25 milligram CBD capsule.
Yep.
And then I will take my dropper, which is the 1500, and I'll put it under my tongue.
Yep.
And I sometimes can overdo it.
Yeah. What
You know,
happens then you go to sleep?
uh, well, that and your urine will come out really dark.
Okay. So it's kind of like you have to, I mean, and this is true with cannabis, you really have to kind of get to know yourself and what works for you.
Yes,
And it's not
exactly.
the same every day because you need something a little I mean, that's kind of what I find is it's different.
Right.
It's not like one set thing.
No, it's not. It's depending on, like, if your ankle's hurting, put the creams on.
Right.
If your
Right.
skin is dry, put the lotion on. You
Right.
know,
And get those
that
cannabinoids in there.
right. And so it benefits the whole outer body, basically.
Right.
If you
Right.
got a headache, take that methanol cream that comes with it and put it in your temples. And 10 minutes later, you're wondering, what was that headache at?
Right.
It really works. I mean,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
so glad that it worked so well for you and you figured it out that to be off all those meds. And yeah, and you still have to work with the VA, but you know,
yeah, see, and that was my fault. You see, VA, a lot of people don't understand the power of the government.
oh,
The
we
VA
are starting to.
they took away my driver's license in 2003. Well, I tried to get them, and they said no, they were suspended because I did have a DUI. Okay, and I'll
Mhm.
admit that. And then I got a second DUI. Well, because of the suspension, but it wasn't the suspensions that got it taken away. It was because I was on too many medications from the VA who said I had a medical issue and they took them. Well, I cleared up all the DUIs and paid the fines and all that, and 10 years went down the line. I'm telling you, I just now got my driver's license back.
Wow.
Just now from 2003, 17 years without a driver's
And
license.
now you can't go anywhere.
And now we can't go nowhere.
Doesn't that figure?
And I got to buy a car now too.
Oh, then there's that. Oh man.
That I rent all the time, and I got friends that own a car rental place,
Yep.
and they treat me really well. Okay, $20 a day and 300 miles. Come on.
Oh, that's great. So you have a setup.
Yeah,
Just
I have a nice setup, and the guy is a veteran, so and he likes what I do. I now got him hooked on the capsules.
oh, good. Good to
I
get
gave him
people hooked on cannabis.
I gave him 4 bottles of the 15 milligram
Uh-huh.
capsules. And I said, just take one in the morning, one in the afternoon, maybe one at night. And he goes, okay. And then I go in there and he goes, my shoulder's been hurting lately.
Yep.
I go, that's
Yeah.
great. And he goes, so you got any more? Yeah. I got the 100 milligram gum.
Right. Right.
That's what I mean by sometimes I overdo it because I'll be chewing on the gum, smoking off the bomb, put some under my tongue, take a capsule, rub the lotion on, and it's like, what the hell
Oh my
happened?
God.
So I don't have time to worry about PTSD. And I don't have to worry about the pain either.
I love
It's
it.
great.
I love it. So
And
yeah,
I do. I try to promote wellness and health, I mean, we can't feed the homeless anymore. I still donate, okay?
yep.
And they will have the bag lunches and stuff, but they're just lunches.
Yeah.
How many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or bologna and cheese sandwiches that you can eat?
Yeah.
Bags of chips and a small little square drink and a banana maybe in there. How many of those can you go? You can't survive on like something like that every day.
No. No. Yeah. So things are tough for, you even being able to do that anymore right now while these restrictions are going on.
Yeah, I'm not licensed.
Yep. Yep.
That's the whole
So
thing.
you're
If
going to
you're
get
not
your
licensed,
Vet Meds Matter donation tab back up online soon, right?
it's all right. Okay, the one I gave you, which is all lowercase C Chambers 248, that goes in directly to Vet Meds Matter. That
Okay.
is an actual business account with PayPal.
Yep.
And I had advertised it as that, and then somehow things got twisted. Okay, today, just a little bit ago, and now I got warned by Facebook and got
Mhm.
reported because I'm not a 501c.
Right.
I'm not a
Okay.
nonprofit, but Vet Meds Matter
I see.
is a
Yeah. So you
private.
got to be.
It's me. Vet Meds Matter is me. I'm the veteran. I was
Right.
on a lot of meds, and I mattered. And so it's a personal. Yes, it is a personal business account with PayPal. And I've already raised $280. I've got a separate account that makes that at my bank that goes into Vet Meds Matter. So whenever it goes through PayPal, it goes to my account and straight over to that account.
Right.
So there's no misconception of where the monies are going, because my bank's going to tax me at the end of the year. I'll get a tax form.
Yep.
But I'm tax exempt, so I don't worry about it.
Oh gosh.
I thought the law and the law lost. It's a private corporation, and I'm not paying a private corporation for my health care. I don't need their system.
Yeah.
I have VA as a system.
Right. I see. Yeah. So
I'm non-taxable.
Yep.
I worked it. I mean, they fought me. They really did.
I bet.
Like with my one corporation, Environmental Solutions Incorporated, they really were trying to fight me on it. And I said, no, 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 no. And I ended up having to go to Waco, Texas, to their federal courthouse to fight two corporations that wanted to come after my corporation. And they came in like with 17 attorneys.
Holy crap.
I'm not kidding you. This was a big, and Brent Kennard, which is one of the largest RV dealerships. Because when I said I got into water, I got into RVs, airplanes, yachts, Safeway stores, Winn-Dixie's,
Wow.
Orchard Supply. My company went really big. I was really surprised. Lufthansa Airlines was constantly buying from me. They're an overseas corporation. And and I actually dropped all that. My mother-in-law died, and I got so depressed. I sold all three of my corporations. They were probably worth about, maybe close to, with all three, about $13 million.
Wow.
And I sold it for $50,000 to one guy.
That must have been a little depressing.
I gave up. Yeah, when she died,
too much.
I went into a major depression, and I don't want to handle it no more. Situation. I don't want to handle it. And Lance McGore, he was a good friend of mine. I knew him. And I said, look, just give me 50 grand and it's all yours. So he changed the name of two of his stores to Trinity, because he is a Christian man. And so he changed it, and he knew he was getting the big deal to run three corporations, but he got them all.
That's a pretty good deal.
And to this day, he's very successful. I'm glad. I mean, he's still doing his thing, and he calls me up every once in a while wanting to know, do you need any help? And
That's
I say,
awesome.
no.
That's good.
But he will be one of my donors.
Good. And yeah, we're gonna get together and talk about having you and Shane on in the future to talk about Mission Gone Fishing. So we'll schedule that. But
okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, I just wanted to tie it up and say, your perseverance and your I think you have faith, and that's helped you in a lot of ways from, my humble.
One of my greatest little things I like to let people know, and this one girl named Kim, and she was like one of the leads for Loaves and Fishes. And I go, what if we get some celebrities in here?
Yeah.
So her and I, we walk in, and we talk to the director to the San Jose Shark hockey team. And he goes, I'll get 9 of my boys out there. So we had 9 San Jose Shark guys serving all the homeless people in this big warehouse, and then about Christmas time, I ended up getting a hold of the San Francisco 49ers. Guess who served them Thanksgiving dinner? The San Francisco 49ers fed Thanksgiving dinner. And then the year after, we were kind of like, well, who's going to do Thanksgiving? So we ended up getting the San Jose Quakes soccer team.
Wow.
they served, and it was that felt so good that
I
they
bet.
actually. And I've got photos of them coming out of the van. We thought 9 would come, 20 come.
What?
The
How
whole team
awesome,
came.
Chris. Oh,
Yeah, it was amazing. I'll send you a couple of those photos,
please do.
okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
And what you doing for
We-
Christmas? Anything?
I'll be with my family. I have my
Good.
2 sons and my ex-wife. You see, my ex-wife and I, we're really still good friends,
That's good.
even though we were actually didn't see each other for, I would say, close to 11 years. No contact or no nothing, just, and I felt, and I was like, I still love that woman. And she started talking to, because my sons and I were always in contact.
Yeah.
And they're saying, Dad still loves you. Dad still loves you. And so
They got your back.
we're just really good friends because it was over my PTSD.
Yeah.
I would threaten her. I never harmed my wife at all. Never touched her. It was just I would get so verbal and so
Yeah.
loud, and it would scare her. Like maybe he might just really hurt me one day.
Right.
And because little things too. When you're with somebody for 27 years, you become very picky.
I bet.
And,
I haven't lasted that long.
December 10th, 1973 is when her and I met. We got married in September 13th, 1978, 5 years later. And then we had our kids, 82 and 84.
Wow.
And, so we stayed around 27 years, and now 10 years has passed. We should be celebrating longer, but we still see each other. And like just December 10th, happy anniversary. No, it's September 13th. She always forgets. She doesn't know that's the day we met.
That's great. Well, I guess it's just life. You do the best you can with what you got. And Chris, you certainly exemplify that over and over again. Just you give me a lot of inspiration to go on in my dark days. So I thank you for that.
Oh, you're very welcome. I just want everybody, I just want everybody in happiness is what it is.
I know.
Stay positive. Just be positive, and you're going to keep on going.
Yep. Try to stay positive and use your cannabis and.
I think that's why the VA wants to research me so much, because I've gone through all these surgeries, and every time that they'll say, well, it'll be 3 months that you're going to have to wear that cast. And 3 weeks later, I took it off. I didn't need it no more.
Right.
I go in there and they, what? Can we
X-ray? They must just shake their heads with you,
Well, when I bleed, I don't bleed red. I bleed blueberry. It's weird. Really? I've got photos. Yes, I bleed blueberry.
That's not a joke. Oh, okay.
No, it's not a joke. And my friends even say, why do you bleed blueberry?
Yeah.
It's almost a purple color. I almost like it hasn't been oxygenated when it comes out of my system.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, you're just.
But I am a twin. I do. Yeah, I have a twin sister.
Awesome! Wow.
And we're under the California Rare Twin Society. I was 9 months mature, and she was only 6 months. Double fetus birth.
Wow.
And they had to incubate her, okay, because she was a preemie. But I was fully mature. I used to steal her bottles from her because I was. When I started being able to get out of that crib, and she's got a bottle, she can't get out because she's so little. But I was able to crawl out of my crib, go over there, and get her bottle.
Oh, that's funny.
Drink it and put it back in, and then climb back in my crib. And my parents used to think she drank it. I was told that story by my mom. She caught me a couple of times.
Oh,
Gotcha.
that's so funny though. Just the difference in age with twins. I've never really met anybody that had
And
that.
because, and there's a 4.5 minutes difference in our birth time.
Okay. But you were more developed than she was,
I was fully mature 9 months.
and she was
I was,
6 months.
and she was only 6 months mature. Yes,
Wow.
totally
That's
separate
wild.
bags, two separate embryos. So that's why I'm in the California Rare Twin Society.
Yep.
And
Amazing.
she's got bad, but she has bad. She, my twin sister died, I say, close to 3 months ago.
Oh,
Her,
here.
yeah, her calcium and whatever. She started getting spinal problems
Uh-huh.
where the bones wanted to crush down on each other to where she couldn't walk anymore. And basically, they say she died of malnutrition. She couldn't eat no more.
Oh,
So,
that's so sad.
and I don't go to funerals. I didn't go to my mom, dad's, brothers. I don't go to funerals at all. I'd rather
Well,
remember a person by who they were when they were, not what they're not now.
right. No, I hear you. Yep. And
So
for the
I didn't,
for the living, yeah.
and I could have afforded to gone out to my sisters, but no, and my and I don't have any family there anymore, so nobody knows. Because my mom, dad, brother, sister, they're all
They're
gone. I'm the
gone.
only one left.
Right. So yeah.
And
Yeah.
they all lived in Florida. I lived there, and I got tired of going in the shower with lizards
Oh my goodness. I got to hear
and
that story. That's wild.
attacking palmetto bugs.
Yikes.
Oh yeah, don't swat them. They'll come after you and follow you and keep hitting you.
Oh, my daughters would not like that. They do not like bugs, so we'll keep them away from.
Or you go out in your backyard and all of a sudden there's a great big iguana,
Oh my good.
like a Gila monster. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Or
we're
an
from the
alligator.
Northeast. We don't have that. We're lucky if we have a squirrel.
I lived in Lando Lakes and I couldn't get out of my front door one day because laying right across was a great big old alligator.
Oh my
I
God.
opened the door and I opened his mouth. Holy cow. And he's dead staring me.
Wow.
I said, wow. And I didn't have a back door at that place. So I just waited till he left.
Did you take a picture?
Back then, you had Kodak
Oh yeah.
cameras.
My God, Chris. Every time I talk to you, you have another chapter.
Oh, I got too many.
Too many. Yeah, I got to wrap this up.
Okay.
Do you have any final words to the vets out there?
On this holiday, yeah, on this holiday season, because of this coronavirus, just try to be so positive and think positive that things are going to change because it's up to us, the people, that's going to change the things.
Yeah,
It's up to us. It's we the people.
we the
It's not
people.
the government, but we the people actually do control this country, and we got
That's a
to
good
all stay
reminder.
strong. And when you start believing into the media and stuff like that, you're being brainwashed, basically, is how I see it. And it's one control, which they call it New World Order. And that's what's happening to this day is a New World Order.
Yep.
And they're working with who? World Health Order. So things can be hyper and people are a lot of sheep.
Well, yeah, I know. It's just become really stressful for everybody, and a lot of dissent and discord, and it's hard. So you're right.
Yeah, because
Stay positive.
they're trying to non-unionize us. They're trying to make us not one. They're trying to do the
Yeah.
separation. Okay. It's in our Constitution, separation of church and government. Okay. But they shut down churches. Wait a
Right.
minute. Where's that separation at now? They want to outlaw the Second Amendment. Okay, guns. Why? Because they want to bring in their forces. You know, all these things are against us, and we got to stand up to all that. Is the whole key. You need to stand up, and but always look at it in a positive tomorrow. You know, like when I was in combat, it wasn't one day at a time. It was 1 second at a time.
Yeah, I bet.
You never knew. And when you're in a jungle and you hear a whiz go right by your ear, you go, "Oh my goodness, that was a bullet. That could,
Yeah.
if I stepped over a half an inch, it could have got me." So
Wow.
you're only living 1 second at a time in a combat area, and it's an amazing how if you can live that 1 second and know that maybe you got that second, third second, and you come out of it, that is so positive.
That's awesome, Chris. I just felt that. That's it. Yeah.
So we don't need to worry because you know what? Who promised us tomorrow? Nobody.
Nobody.
It's all up to us to make tomorrow,
Yep.
make things happen.
So true. All
And so
right.
it's us.
It's us.
So you take care, Joe.
All right. Thank you so much for being on. Love you. Take care of yourself. We'll be in touch.
All right. I love you too.
Awesome job.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Now we got
Thank
to
you. Now I got to figure out how to end it. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
I think I ended it. Yeah, I did.